here. Get some canes over here. We got some canes over here. Relax and take notes while I step in. Ain't no question. I've been reppin'. See my squad ballin', that's a blessing. I'm texting with my homies from that West End Zone crew. Say they taking shots, told me roll through. I told you about that orange and green. We click tight, big bites, we destroy your team. Make the world view our games like a horror scene. Stuff opponents in a can like Goya beans. I mean, representing for the team. Let us hit it out. You can't get connected with us. Check your figure note. Infamous with that swag, it's original. The copycats could copy that, but we go get some more. No gay, no Seminole. We let it stay, but in this state we is the general. Coral Gables around the world, we don't have a limit. We rep that youth from the streets to the academics. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
All we do, please, is the hurricane. You ain't got that work, you can't serve the canes. I know you been watching, we been hurting things. Where that crown at, homie, we them dirty canes. We gon' get that title, what that purdy ring. Gotta turn over chain for every team. Green and orange on my back, get a foreigner's back. I'm scoring while you roaring like a lion getting shot. ¿Qué pasó, papi? Tú no puedes conmigo. Argentino de principio, huracán en mi equipo. Got the passion like Sebastian when I'm rapping, that's a fact. Got that 7-6 jersey for the legend, one sack, yeah.
Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
We got some canes over here and we bout that. Solo D and them ballin' boys, yo, we got that. No good chillin' in the cut, hard rock pack. And if you hating on them canes, better stack. It's the state of the MIA. The U is back, what them haters gotta say. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day. Turnover chain, got the people going crazy.
Now whoop whoop, it's the sound so you know who it is. They counting finals ballin' like the U up in here. Gold teeth, grillin', chillin', Solo D what it is. We got the turn up chain, gang up in here. Cause it's a UM thing, orange and green is the gear. We coming to you HD, so it's crispy clear. Now put them U's in the sky, don't stand and chill. And let them know if they don't know we got some canes up in here.
Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day.
Who that?
So low, so low, so low, G. So low, so low, so low, G.
Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Live. He can talk about anything from high school to the pros. This guy knows the game, so you better not be half-stepping.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Strap in, because Coach Hayes is about to
Crack your cranium and fertilize your brain. Go ahead, right here, right now.
subscribe now and check out CoachHayesFootball.com.
I can't hear you, Coach.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, there you go.
I muted myself while the music was going. I do that junk every time. And guess who? Hey, guess who hooked me up? First lady through the smoke, as always, talking about muted. I'm an idiot. I get it, man. I always jack it up.
Boy, man. I was trying to read some lips. I was like, What's he saying? Oh man, that was funny.
It, man. I always jack it up, man. I'll be so fired. I'll be ready to go, man.
Bro, that intro is the best intro I've seen in all of YouTube, though. Real talk. I'm just gonna throw that out there, Coach.
I appreciate it, man. We just try to have fun with it, man. So hold up. Could you hear the music, guys, while it was playing?
Oh yeah, that was jamming. I was jamming.
All right, so it was just my mic. I mute my mic because while that's playing, I'll be back here fumbling around getting stuff ready, and I don't want the mic to pick up all that trash, man. But anyway, since you brought that up, everybody, please go out to Solo D's channel, man. Just hit the doggone subscribe button over there. It's free, costs us nothing, and he gave us the blessing to use it, so why not? Also, we got 61 in the chat. He should probably have about 61 new subscribers, as well as I want to thank our sponsor for the day, Mr. Alex Tabio from Certified Home Loans. Anything you guys have to do when it comes to purchasing a new home, refinance, anything dealing with homes, check him out. He's right there in Miami, but he's certified in the entire state of Florida. He helped Coach get this right here, man. So no more green screen. I can put holes in the wall if I want to. I can knock the whole wall down because of him, but it is what it is. And everything is cheap right now, right? So interest rates are super low. Can't go in there with that crash dummy credit, but he can help you out with that too a little bit. So check him out, 305-205-1697. Also, information is in the description below. Let's get this thing rolling, man. So Miami FLO, man, you guys or Caned Up, as you said, right? Your name is Caned Up, but the show is called Miami FLO.
Everyone just calls me Flo now, Coach. Everybody just says Flo. So let's just go with Flo. It's easier for everybody, man.
All right, so let's go with Flo. Let's do it, man. So we got everybody in here going, man. And so, like I said, I love these collabs. Since we came on, we've had a chance. I think I came on your guys' show before, and we chopped it up a little bit here and there. But and this is kind of what it's going to be like when we get to that the Coach A's the YouTube takeover deal, where you guys come on here, another guy, and you're going to do a show and so forth. So guys, be prepared for that. That is coming. I believe I'm going to do it that Thursday prior to the game, because Friday people will be traveling. Saturday, Alabama going to get that butt whipped, and then Sunday, we all got to recover from them hangovers. So with all that being said, man, we here in the building. We want to talk about the class of 2022's current recruits as well as future recruits. Now, we were kind of talking before the show started, and I told them, you guys, on the Miami FLO show, I think it's Kane's blog and all those insights, and Brad Tejada and those guys, you guys do a great job when it comes to tracking down who Miami's looking at, who they're talking to the families, having them on your show. I think is excellent, man. And I love that. That's more your guys' wheelhouse than mine. So why not have guys like you on? Let's start this thing off, man. What are your feelings right now at the current state of our recruiting process with the amount of commitments we have and the commitments that we have?
Clearly it's a whole different approach, right? We're not used to this approach here in Miami, where it's like slow, real slow, but it's methodical. It's one of them strategies where you're either a genius at the end or you look like a donkey at the end. You know what I mean? There will be no middle. That you're not landing in the middle here. Miami, Coach Manny, the whole staff, they're betting on themselves, right? They're betting on themselves, and this is the roster, in my opinion. If you are going to bet on yourself, this is the best roster we've had in a minute to bet on yourselves. So I feel good because, as you said, I have no life. All I do is try to figure out what's going on, right? So at the end of the day, I like where we're at. I think it's about, and I know we're going to get into it, but it's about to get a little exciting for the Canes, in the next week or so. So I feel really good where we're at currently.
Okay. And then what about, you kind of just mentioned and touched on to talk about the future of it. So you say it's about to get a little crazy. And you guys keep your ears to the streets. Are there, and we'll jump into them, but I just want to know kind of yes or no. Are there going to be some commits coming soon that we should be shocked and like, oh my God, we got that guy? Or is it going to be kind of just status quo, like, yeah, we knew we were going to get these guys?
Yes. I would say there'll be some shock. There's going to be some shock.
Okay, so I'm excited. I want to hear about this. Let's see what you got. You're going to put it out there. So let's talk about the current commits we have right now. Well, let me go back. I started doing a thing called Commitment Watch Live, which we've only done 3 episodes. We did Zane Durant, who ended up everybody kind of thought he was going to Miami till maybe the last 3 days until his commitment, end up flipping it to Penn State, crystal ball to Penn State, committing to Penn State. We got Justin Medlock, who just committed 2 days ago, I believe. And then just 3 hours ago, I did a commitment watch on Mr. Daughtry Richardson out of Miami Central, which had Miami, Florida State, Arizona State, and don't slap me, Kentucky on his basically top 4. And he decided to go, as he said, I'm going back home to the University of Florida State. I love it, man. I know he was a little nervous, but so with that being said, we lose out on that young man, I guess, today. What are your thoughts about the latest? Well, let me go back to Zane. What are your thoughts about Zane going to Penn State over Miami, based on what he was kind of saying at Paradise Camp and everything?
You know, that I got to tell you, that was so far my blooper of the year. You know, I think I've been pretty on point on everything. Like, I feel really good on the resume I've been putting out. I was wrong about that young man, but everyone I talked to internally and even around, everyone thought he was coming to Miami. So whatever happened at that last second visit over at Penn State that flipped him, it was interesting because remember, he wanted to play a little DN, right? And we wanted to play him at D tackle. I don't know. I'm assuming that maybe Penn State was like, look, you can come here and you play wherever you want. You know, I'm assuming that. I don't have no reported on that, so no one say that Flo said that. But it didn't make sense because people inside the program that are like shot callers, right? We're like, oh, he's a Cane. He told us at Paradise Camp, like he's coming, you know. And I got to tell you, that one, I don't know anyone who hit on that at all. Everyone was off on that, except for the last 2 days. Everybody started crystal balling him to Penn State because all that other info came out. But before that, people would have put money down that he was coming to the Canes.
Yeah, man, I thought the same thing. Like I said, he's right here in the Orlando area where I am, and even the folks on the street here was saying, "Hey, man, he going to the Hurricanes. You know, get ready, coach." So I get it, man. Now let's go to Daughtry. Well, I'm gonna go to Daughtry because he went somewhere else. So let's talk about Daughtry Richardson right now. What does that commitment mean for Florida State, who's actually doing a great job on the recruiting trail? I have to say, you know, we may not like Florida State, but bro, they got Travis Hunter. They got, I don't know how many commits they have, but at least about 12 to maybe 13 already, and some top dogs in there. What are your thoughts on Daughtry Richardson deciding to go to Florida State?
You know, no one could really put a vibe on him because it depends when you talk to him. If you talk to him, let's say 3 weeks ago, he loved Miami. You talk to him 2 weeks after that, he liked Kentucky. You talked to him last week, he's like Florida State. For him, it was like the weather, bro. Like the weather was changing, he would change in his head. And the thing with him is I think Florida State is getting a really good prospect, right? Like this guy could pan out if he falls in love with the weight room, falls in love with some fundamental coaching. I think he could be a very solid player for them, no doubt. I would have liked him in our class because I think he was a good prospect. But I don't know where he was on our board, to be honest with you.
I got you. All right, then let's go back to Justin. Well, he's committed, so we'll talk about him within the guys who's committed. What I want to lead with this next. Let's do this. Let's go down this list right quick.
Okay.
All right, so we have right now, and I'm going to go from the highest rank based off of 247's ranking here. So our highest rank commit as of now is Kamari Rogers, 4-star. Right now, he's the highest, highest ranked commit, Kamari Rogers. I've done a WRE film on him. I don't know if you guys have had opportunity to see it or not. You definitely go check it out on the channel. What are your thoughts on him?
I love him. I see he's a pure corner. You know, he's a pure corner. Probably, yeah, I'll have to say probably the best hips so far in our class. You know, and that class is about to get even more stacked in the next few days. But I'll just tell you this. Great hips. He's a natural at that position. He got, again, I'm going to say the same thing I said about Daughtry. He's going to have to fall in love with the weight room. You know, he's a little light in the booty, right? But he's got great feet. He's got that attitude. His home life is good. Like his camp is a good camp, right? Meaning like they got good stuff going in his head. He's not one of them young men that are all over the place. He's pretty focused. He's on point. And if you listen to him talk, he is not one of those young men that have like he's not spacey. You know, he's thought out when he says something. And you watch his film, yeah, there's some things on there that need to be corrected for sure. But at the cornerback position, if you're coming to University of Miami, you're going to be training under two people, DVD and T-Rob. You
Mm-hmm.
give me that prospect with them hips all day.
Okay. And I did my WRE, so you guys go check it out because I don't want to waste time talking about it because time is limited because Miami FLO has his show at 8:30. I got to get him off. I want to get off by 8, and I want to take phone calls and everything else. Jakari Brown, talk to us in regards to Jakari Brown, the quarterback out of Valdosta.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people are a little bit down on him recently because he went to the Elite 11, right? And they were a little bit, they showed some clips of him being nervous. He didn't look so hot. There were some people were criticizing him. Some people were blaming the coaches. Look, let's not get something twisted. That dude is 6'5". He's a thoroughbred. He's never, ever going to be a pure passer. He's what we call a modern-day dual-threat quarterback, right? And just getting selected to go participate in the Elite 11, which that means they take the top 20 dudes in the whole country, just to being selected tells you that there's something there because that's not a running camp. That's not a RPO camp. That's not a I'm getting hit and throwing dudes off me camp. That's strictly passing and understanding coverage, right? So for me, there's a lot to work with. And again, let's bring it back home, coach. We got Garcia and TBD in the stable. This young man can come and chill. Literally come and just chill and learn and observe. There's no rush. The upside for him is paramount. Like paramount his upside. But if we happen to miss, it don't hurt us at all. Like it don't hurt us at all. We gotta look at that roster in the quarterback room right now. So for me, I didn't get into the whole, oh my God, he didn't have a good Elite 11. For me, I looked at it like, wow, this is a running quarterback that got picked to go to the Elite 11. I looked at the glass half full, not glass half empty. You know what I'm saying?
No, I love that, man. I love that. And then let me ask you this. So Chris Graves I've done WREs basically on everyone except for our last one. So I'll leave that there. Let's talk about Chris Graves. So Chris Graves, cornerback, which was a teammate of Malik Curtis out of Bishop Verrett High School out of Fort Myers. What are your thoughts on him?
He's my favorite so far on the board. And the reason being is because he's 16. So what, and just look at him. Like a lot of people don't realize that the dude is 16. He's just ahead. He's a grade ahead, right? And I got a chance to get a hold of that spring tape. Oh my gosh, I love him. He tackles. And coach, you coach, so you know this saying. He tackles with an attitude, not like tackles because he has attitude. He tackles with an attitude. Like he hits you, it's end, plays over. Like you feel him, right? He's my favorite. I think he has the biggest upside so far that we have on the board. I think that's going to change because I see some real cool stuff coming for us in the next 10 days. But right now, he's the one I'm the highest on because the dude has just got all-world ability, physical ability through the roof.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I like him as well. I really like him at cornerback, because, again, me, and when I talk about breaking down film, I like to see guys, if I'm going to invest in a young man, if I'm going to put $500,000 on a dude, I want to see that he's doing what I'm investing in, right? And we're going to talk about that, too, here in a second. So the next young man we have is Justin Medlock, who just recently committed the first linebacker on our commitment of 22. Justin Medlock out of Manville, Texas, just did a WRE on him and his commitment video. So check him out as well. What are your thoughts on him at the linebacker spot?
I keep it 100, Coach. You know that. Me and you talk off the air a little bit. I'm in a wait and see with him. I'm not saying I'm down on him, but I'm definitely not saying I'm up on him. I don't like the tape personally, but I'm in the minority. And you know why I'm in the minority? Go look at the schools that offered him, but not the schools. Look who is the person that's actually offering him. These are people that know how to eval, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're going on the sophomore tape more than the junior tape. I don't like what I see, but he did have a knee injury. He only played a few games, too. I think it was like 3 games. So not a lot of stuff there, but, physical attributes that, he's a sure tackler, a little high, but he's a sure tackler. And we don't have to get into it right now about that, but I see why he's a take. It's a position of need, right? Good prospect. I wasn't with the pom-poms. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and we talked, like I said, you asked me, and I told him, I said, well, I'm not excited about it, but I think he's a good role player. And when you recruit guys, you have to recruit guys that fill roles. Everybody's not going to be the most dynamic, right? Everybody doesn't necessarily pop off the tape from a like a Chase Smith. I'm always go back to him, right? But fundamentally, he does things well. I have to say that. He fills the hole, maybe a little late in there, maybe taking a long on dissecting the play, but that also comes from, on his standpoint, how is he being coached? We don't know. He may be coached to. A lot of people, they'll use the old term as a carpenter, the old measure twice, cut once deal. So for their coaching staff, it may be take your time, make sure you see what you see, then turn on. Who know? I know some guys coach like that, because guess what? First down and you get a 2-yard run is 2nd and 8, versus you think wrong and on first down now it's 2nd and 2 on an 8-yard run. So I can understand that. But fundamentally, what I like about his film, I have to say this, he's doing what linebackers do. Yeah. He's not just blitzing, right? Because we get a lot of linebacker film where they're just blitzing. They basically become the 5th defensive lineman, right? Or he's in pass coverage. He's filling the hole. He's blitzing. He's blitzing off the edge. He's playing in the middle. So he's doing all of the things that you want to see on a linebacker film, fundamentally and technically. So that's why I like him. Let's jump on to the next one. Everybody super high. I always call this is Brad's pick. This is Brad's pick right here. I don't know if he was the first one to find him. I'm going to give him his credit. I don't care. So Landon Albieta did a film on him as well. What's your take on Landon Albieta?
I was wrong on him in the beginning. I was wrong. I've admitted that. I didn't see anything that everyone else was seeing at first, but because of the people that I talked to on a regular places, where they were so like in my ear, they were like, "Flo, what do you mean? Go look." So I started contacting people that I knew that were over there in Louisiana, and man. And these are old cats, like the ones that'll shoot you straight. They don't care if he goes to Miami, LSU. They're just gonna tell you what's up. And all I would hear is, "That's a bad boy." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Really?" And they're like, "Bro, that's a bad boy. You don't understand." And I was like, "Okay." But then when he went to visit LSU and they put him in the one-on-ones, and he went, I think it was 12 for 12 at LSU. I was like, I can't deny this dude anymore. Now I'm a hater. The facts are you don't go 12 for 12 in a private workout when they put those corners on you. You just don't, right? He went 12 for 12 and was like, boom, drop the mic on them, right? Ever since then, and I like that he's not that we got to look on his size, because I was a little worried on the size that was being reported. They were reporting him at 5'9", 170, and I was like, nah, I don't want 5'9", 170, but apparently he is not even close to that. He's a good 6 foot tall and about 190, and solid. Okay. You know what I mean? So I think he's going to be like what you said. He's going to be that dude that's going to come in, do his job. You better pay attention. He's going to know what defense you're in before the ball's even snapped. He's going to know where the hole or the pocket is to go sit in. I think he's going to be that dude.
Now, and again, I like his film. I think, again, everybody, and we're going to talk about this fandom here in a minute. But we're going to get into fandom. But my thing is, everybody's not going to be Andre Johnson, Santana Moss. Everybody's not going to be that guy, right? You got to have a yin and yang in life, right? You got to have a fast guy. You got to have guy. You got to have a guy that has all those attributes, and that's what makes him dangerous. You know what I mean? But anyhow, again, I like his film. I think it's a solid get. I don't look at the stars per se when it comes to a lot of things, and we definitely gonna get into these stars. So, and the last but not least, current commit is Valenta Carswell. They call him Flip Carswell, out of Washington County, Sandersville, Georgia. Offensive tackle, 3-star.
So I know where you're going to go with this already. I already know, because you come from the coaching side, so I already know. But I'll go first, and I'll lay down myself so you can trap me. But here's what I'm going to say. I think you take one of these guys every cycle. I think this is there's a dude that you just look at and you go, man, if I could just get my hands on this dude. I don't think here's the thing. You can't take at that same position. You got to get more guys that are fundamentally sound, been playing the position, and you kind of know what you're getting. he's a little bit unknown, but he's that unknown that walks in the gym and you just sit there as a coach and you just start grabbing your face and you're like, bro, who's that over there? Man, put him through some workouts. And then he starts moving around. You're like, how he moves like that? He got the go-go gadget arms, right? Got the little nice tippy-toe feet, right? He moves with leverage. He's got his feet stay nice and apart. Like, I'm like, you know, great length, all the box checkers, all the cookie cutter checkers. Look, I'm excited because I knew when he came on campus, that was the same time that I think we had Cam Williams, and the coaches paid way more attention to Flip. Cam didn't like that. Cam's at Oregon now, by the way. And Flip literally loved Miami. I don't know what we're gonna get, but I love what I think we could get. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, Coach. Go ahead and come through and slice it up now.
So I was on Footballville, and Streeter brought this up, and I talked about it. Here's my thing, and again, I always say this: I'm always advocate for the players. Let me be very clear about that. I'm not a fan. That's why I still call Zach McCloud. I'm not finna disrespect the young man by calling him 53 because he may not be playing to our standards or our expectations, but he's not a cancer to the program. You know, if you cancer to the program,
good point.
Then I might be a dude that, you know what, bro? Yeah, you deserve to be called 53.
Yeah,
but you know he's doing what he's supposed to do. Now here we go. Here's my only thing about this young man in this commitment. Are we in position to even take these kind of quote unquote projects? Here's why I say that. One, everybody in this world talking about Manny Diaz on the hot seat for his job this year. So why are you taking a 3 or 4 year project? That's first. Second, what I don't like about it is, let me get to the fans here. And I'm going to jump on these fans. There's 170 y'all in here.
You're even changing your face right now. You're like,
yeah. I took that interview hat off. Like, you know, damn that. Listen, bro. Back to Zach McCloud. I guarantee you, and I wasn't in the YouTube when Zach McCloud came on in the 80s when he came into the University of Miami. That was a joke.
That was terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. Put your hat back on, dog. Put the hat back on.
But anyway, so my thing is I wasn't into it. So I guarantee when they got him, people looked at his film. Oh, he's the best thing. Zach McCloud's going to be the dominator. He's going to be the best thing since DJ Williams and blah, blah, blah. I guarantee that. John Beeson and boo, 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 and Ray Lewis. Look how he tackles. Well, and I said I'm advocating for a kid. The fans are getting ready to do the same thing to this young man if he doesn't pan out the same way they're doing to him. And here's the worst part I don't like about it. He doesn't have any history. I tell people this all the time. How are we making assumptions about a guy who doesn't have film? How do we know what he does or what he can or can't do? And I got the film here because they sent it to me and I put it up on the show and I'll play it now. He's got 6 clips in spring practice, which I believe Georgia only does 10 days of spring practice, and we're projecting this kid. What? And back to this: if we were an established program, maybe we could take that chance. But here's the flip side: look at the established programs, the ones that's always in the top 4. Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State. They brought them to their camp. Did they offer them? Did they? I don't know.
I don't think so.
No. You want to know why? I ain't got time for it. Unfortunately, I don't have the time. And they got 10,000 dudes in their roster. We don't have the time for that.
Facts.
Appreciate your life, Bill. I'm gonna hit you up when I finish my little rant. I'm about to crack a sweat up in here. My second thing is that I don't like about this is that because I'm not gonna be a part of that. The second thing I don't like about it, we rank this young man as a 3-star. And again, these are not knocks on the young man. This is knocks on the process. They rank this man a 3-star. He hasn't even played the game. Everybody talking about, well, Zion Nelson was a basketball player. Well, guess what? Zion Nelson came out as a 2-star. If I'm Zion Nelson, I'm pissed right now. I played ball, and I'm only came out as a 2-star. You got a cat right now going to Wisconsin that's a 3-star, putting in work. I forget his name. And Wisconsin known to put out offensive linemen to the league. This dude ranked 60-something. He's ranked 64th at the position. The dude from Wisconsin ranked 72nd, I believe, underneath this dude, and put in 4 years of work going to a program that decided to take his commitment that's known to put out offensive linemen. What I'm saying is this is a setup on these young men, dog, and that's why I say I'm an advocate. I understand fans. I understand it's entertainment. I understand all that goodness. But as a fan, we got to stop, man. We got a clown don't get paid if people don't laugh. And this is why I get pissed about this star ranking. Yeah, we know it's all, but the first thing somebody left a comment, I did the 3-star kid, Daughtry. 3 stars are now making commitment live video. Making their commitment on live. Yeah, give them the right. They deserve it. But that's how fans are. And I know fans will always be fans. I'm never going to change that, but I decided to go and give y'all a piece of my mind about it.
I got a question for you, Coach. It's your show, but I want your take. I heard you just came and just slid right through, right? So when you did see, I know he did also a private workout when he was here too, but when you did see that little bit clip, if you were the offensive line coach at Miami, right? Mm-hmm. You see that little bit that you see on the tape, so you tell him to come on for an official or whatever, or private workout, and you like what you see in the workout, and then what everybody's talking about, his size, right? Like he's huge, got long arms. What are your thoughts? Not as a someone that's advocating for the young man, not as a fandom, but from a coach. What are your thoughts?
If I'm at the University of Miami right now, I'm going to watch him. See, because here's my thing. We see, and this is where I have a problem with a lot of things. You can't sway when you want to sway it. So we won't take a commitment from this guy, but we'll take a commitment from this guy. So my thing is, I'm not saying this kid doesn't have the potential.
Right.
He could be the next Brian McKinney for all I know. What I'm trying to say is, should we take that commitment that early in the state of the program? Second is, we're taking a commitment from a young man, but yet Manny Diaz out the same breath says we're going to take our time and evaluate properly.
Yeah, facts. That's true. That's true.
My point. That's my point. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. And that's what my issue is. So, and again, who gets hurt at the end of this process? Let's say he doesn't pan out right now. Let's say he comes out, he's the worst offensive guy. Now Miami does what? Don't take his commitment. And now this kid lost, because first thing he said, it feels like family. Family atmosphere. And now what? Your stepdaddy gonna turn his back on you because you can't play? I said this a long time ago on my show. Any coach ever come to me talk about family, I'm out. Now I understand they 16. That's a salesman point. That's a selling point. That's just like a dude tried to sell me when I bought my truck. Yeah, coach, but it got heated seats. Mother effer, I'm in South Florida. I don't care about no heated seats.
Oh Lord.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what he was trying to say, is that at the end of the day, again, it's back to advocating for the young man. Let's not put him in a situation where he's gonna get hurt out of this deal. Let's take it slow. Hey, bro, you're gonna tell, if he can't understand that, then it is what it is. Hey, bro, listen, we like you. I'm willing to take your commitment, but let's see how you pan out throughout the season. Let's stay in touch. Let me keep coaching you. I'll send you videos or whatever you need to do to get better. You're more than welcome to come down here. We can get on the chalkboard any day. You 6'7", 275 doesn't impress me. It's a bunch of kids, believe it or not, that's 6'7", 275. Church's Chicken has made all our kids bigger, dog. It's not like it used to be when you had one guy that was 6'7". You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is we're at a position at this program, and I put this up here about somebody said he would start. If that young man starts at our program and he has mastered offensive line to that point, he's a phenomenon. He's a phenomenon.
I on the real, I can't really disagree with your points. I just don't see him like that, coach. Like that kind of prospect I'm talking about, right? Like man, like if he can understand coaching, and you're right, and I'm not even talking about the first 2 years, but that third year in the program, after he's been here 2 years in the weight room, learning, getting rushed by real DNs, I think you take a shot. One, I don't think you take a bunch of projects at that position. You take one, because if you hit on that dude, you nice. If you miss, you knew you were rolling the dice a little bit, right? And maybe we don't know. Maybe we're not as hot on that O-line trail right now as we think we are.
Yeah, but here's my deal, right? And I'm not saying we should not have offered a young man. I'm talking about taking his commitment.
Got it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he should not have been offered. I'm talking about taking his commitment so you could lock him in because we were the first. But if he fails, then what?
Right.
That's my issue, right? Because here's my deal, right? So now you're going to tell him, let's not talk about both sides of our mouth now. They did this to Quan Lee. So what if as he blow up, he can't take no more offers? Because if you looking, we looking?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Is that what it's going to be now? I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying about this young man when it comes to this part. Like, if he blows up, I get it. We good. But are you going to put that thing on him? If you looking, we looking? Because you did it to Quan Lee. A kid just trying to live his best life.
Yeah, no, I really do think they're taking that approach, though, Coach. I really do think they're still taking that approach. I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but I think they're like, look, we rather wait, but if you commit, then you need to pretty much shut it down, because if you take a visit, we take an official visit from somebody else. I don't know how I feel about that because it's new. That's new. I'm not used to that, so I don't know how I feel about it yet. I got to see how it plays out. If it plays out really good, I like it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I like it.
It's like anything, dog. You go for it on 4th and 1 to kick the field goal. If you make it, you're a genius. If not, you're an idiot. Everybody calling for your job. I get it. If you go for the field goal and get blocked, you idiot. You should have went for it. Like, you can never win. All I'm just trying to say is that we have to be a little bit more strategic. And so back to this. If we do hold him that over his head, if you looking, I'm looking, and he blows up, okay, we won. But let's say he doesn't blow up. Now, do we honor that? Do we say, hey, you suck? But come on to Coral Gables, dog. We're family.
They would drop him. They would drop him. You know it. I mean, you know how it is. Like, I can name you just in the last cycle how we dropped dudes at the last second. I hate that, bro. I hate that. Like, I know it's part of the game. I know it. I know it happens. It happens everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. Like, I can't. I feel like you should, if you offer and someone commits, I feel like it should be harder for you to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, from the school standpoint.
Very much so. And I've talked about that before. I actually had this video. I want to put this up and we're going to talk about it a little bit. I'll put this up right quick. Let me put this up. Let me get out of the way. All right. So here's what I'm looking at. This is his film, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the big dude right here. You see him right here. He's at the tackle position.
Yep.
Okay, and this film we had on Canesville or whatever. What I like is, like, that right there shows the rawness of the height, right, of how high he plays. But there's still guys been playing 4 years, been playing that high. Okay, right. I get that. Here's what my next piece is. What I'm saying is, this is 10 days of practice, and we're super excited. We're hopping into did you see the hop?
Yep.
My man right here, 61, poor little Timmy right there. He knows how to pop step.
Yep.
Watch him pop step. Bing. Okay.
Yeah, he's green for sure. He's definitely green.
Yeah. And here's my thing. Okay, I want to get to the pass blocking piece of it. Like, my thing is, we're talking about strength. His body double sized. First of all, you blocking a dude with sweatpants on. Everybody else got on practice pants. That's me being. That tells you his talent level. That tells you the dudes you're going against talent level. They got on sweatpants. All right. Now we just saw 65 run by. I know I'm being super picky. Look at this guy, 65, how he runs by. We get a stalemate. You don't even drive him out of here. Watch the next clip. We gotta kill this dude. I don't care if you don't even have technical fundamentals, just pure brute strength of just being an idiot about it. Right? This is a stalemate. Look at gym shorts. Now we blocking sweatpants. Like, you see what I'm saying? And there is a lot of greenness in there.
You getting frustrated.
That's the kicker, dog.
You getting frustrated.
Bro, only the kicker wear 2-color cleats, Flo. That's his kicking shoe. That's his kicking shoe. I'm telling you. So anyway, I just wanted to show that. And what I'm saying is I don't want a young man to be put in a bad position when it's a lot more talent out there. And here's the thing, I'm gonna go back to these fans that flipped it. We don't need Daughtry Richardson.
I didn't say that.
No. I'm not saying, I'm talking about fans.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying the fans. We don't need Daughtry Richardson, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying we do. But yeah, we jumping out the gym for this cat, which I get it. But then we're gonna say a guy that hasn't played 4 years. He's 6'5", 285. So anyway, that's that, man. I have my little rant. I'm cool with it right now, and then we can get into the stars and all that kind of stuff. But I do want to talk about some of these future guys because we already at 42 minutes into this deal, which is great. We got 200 in the chat. I appreciate it. I want to look through some of these comments too. I want to make sure the fans don't turn on him.
I agree, Coach. Again, I think we were talking about it off the air, or I might have said it in the beginning of the show. I'm a glass half full dude. You know what I mean? Some people are glass half empty, and that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, I see all the. Okay, so the first 3 times I see all that, I see all the green, right? I'm like, Then I look, I'm like, but damn, look how he recovers. Damn, look, imagine if he drops down a little bit. Oh, what if he extends? Like, I started thinking, I look at the other side, like, man, and it ain't like he got to come in and play the first 2 years. You know, like, I try to look at it in an encouraging way. Like, I actually like, as long as we get what we're supposed to get for the rest of the O-line, I like the pickup. Now, if we get stuck where we might have to take reach again, this pickup, I started looking at it a little different. That's real.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with that. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you a little, because you guys know way more about the Hurricane roster than I. Zion Nelson's been on this team for how long?
This is his 4th year, I think. But it depends, because now they do that last year doesn't count. So I think he can come back next year, but he's probably gone. Yeah, I think he can come back. He could play 2 more years if I'm not wrong. This year and next year.
He's currently been on the roster for 3 years.
I think this is his 4th year, if I'm not wrong.
All right, so yeah, Richard Hill says 4.
Yeah.
All right, and what is his playing status?
Meaning?
Like, how much does he play? Does he start? Well, I really don't know. I'm being very honest.
Yeah, Zion is supposed to go in the first. They have him projected as the number 6 pick overall in the draft this year. Coming out.
Okay. Coming out. And so he started last year. Yeah,
he played. Well, last year, remember, we had COVID. We had dudes. We had dudes in and out all year. But remember, he started his freshman year. He got killed, right? We threw his ass out there, and he whatever. He shouldn't have been there, right? He shouldn't have been there. And then they built his ass back up. And then at the beginning of this year, all the professional analysts got him going number 6 overall in the draft. So you tell me how that's possible.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not that guy. Like, I'm not those. Kuipers get paid the big bucks, but It is. Yes. So all I'm saying is, like I said to you, my thing is, I don't think this program is in the state of taking a commitment. I'm not saying we should not have offered, because offers mean really nothing at the end of the day. But to take a young man's commitment sight unseen, basically that's sight unseen. I know he went through some drills and all that great stuff, and I get that. You know what I mean? But I think the University of Miami is a program that we're not in that state. I'm gonna just say this: we were at FIU. I'm gonna tell this story. We offered a kid. We actually took his commitment. 6'7", maybe 285. He didn't even start at Hollywood Hills.
Wow.
He didn't even start at Hollywood Hills. So how do you think that panned out?
Bad. Real bad.
So that's my thing, man. Let's jump into this piece. I'm not gonna beat the horse while it's down. We got 209 in the chat. You guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this thing rolling. Also, make sure you stay around. Miami FLO got his show coming on immediately right after this. So you guys stay around, and I'm gonna open up the phone lines here when we get to the hour mark. All right, future commitments. What are you hearing without giving up your sources? I guess I'm part of the media too now, huh? Am I part of the media?
You got grandfathered in, dog.
I gotta get one of them badges around my neck. So I'm the media, right? So anyway, without giving up sources, what are you hearing so far as? Let me get this: who's the next commit you think, and then who's the wow commitment that we don't know about? If you can do that.
I think the next commit, that I can say, because a lot of people out there, it's starting to get traction. So we can say it could be Traquan Fegans. It seems like a lot is pointing his direction for this week for him to hopefully commit to the U. Later this week. I'm not the first to say it, so I can say it. I've heard some things for a while now, right? And he's the truth. Like, if he ends up doing what we think he's going to do, which is commit to the U, he's the most corner ready to play sooner than any other corner we got. And that cornerback class ends up being the best cornerback class possibly in the history of University of Miami. And I said that, and it's on tape. Because now you got Fegans, Rogers, and Graves. Those three. You go look, and I did this, but y'all want to spend some time, you go ahead and take your time. Go back and tell me a class that's higher ranked or higher potential, higher, whatever you want to call it, with three in the stable already. Not one dude or two dudes, three killers at the same position at corner. Not they start at 3-star and they ended up being killers, right? I'm talking about recruiting. I think it could be Traquan.
All right, so I'm pulling up Traquan here. He's 6'2", 181 pounds. Again, this is all 247. I don't know when they update the weights or whatever, but I'm just giving it to you as because some guy, he's not 181, he's 183, coach. So they have him listed as 6'2", 181 out of Alabaster, Alabama, 4-star, and he's got everybody. Of course, his list is Miami, South Carolina, Alabama, Georgia, and Oklahoma. So that's a stout list right there, if you ask me. And I like it. Haven't seen him play. I may do a film on him coming up here in the future. Ooh. But here's my question then. So he is the next one who you think. Who is the wow commitment? Who is the one where we're saying, y'all, hey, Manny, y'all boys did that? Can you tell me that?
I can't say the name, coach, because he's trying to move in silence right now. But I will say this. It will be the highest ranked dude. And you go look at Traquan's ranking, right? Like, and I don't do the rankings and all that, but the fans love the rankings. Love it. What do we rank that? Traquan's ranked real high, right? This dude just slaps that ranking. Bam! That's what I can tell you. He would immediately be the highest ranked dude by a lot if it happens. And it ain't the guys that you guys are saying in the chat. None of y'all got it.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. If they say it, will you agree?
No.
Hey, I'm trying to do my media thing, man.
I can't, bro, because I don't want to ruin it for him. Like, he's moving in silence.
Can you tell us the position? Can you tell us the position?
No, because I can tell you off the air.
Well, I'm asking you. Can you just tell us what side of the ball?
Offense.
Okay, offense, good. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair, man. That's fair. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that, man. So he's on offense. He's that guy. Okay, cool, man.
He's that guy.
That's interesting. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. And I'm not going to even ask because I want to be shocked like everybody else. So I'm not going to even ask, man. All right, so that's cool. So what other future recruits do you think we have coming in? Like I say, because here's what I'm looking at. We back to stockpiling things we got a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
What about back to these linebackers? Because like you said, and I agree with you, Medlock doesn't excite me. I think he's a good role player. Everybody has to be a role player, right?
Right.
But he doesn't super excite me. What about the positions of need? Talk to us. Let's talk defensive positions we need. D-line, backers.
Well, we'll go to defense. All right, so we got a couple guys coming in to work out this week, and I truly believe if the workout goes good, not only I think they'll get the green light, but I think they'll get commit on the spot. I don't even think it'll be like you got the green light, commit whenever you want, and if you do, then we go from there. I think there's 2 guys that are coming in for a workout this week, and if the workout goes good, I think they get the green light, and boom, right there, you're going to get a commit. I don't see both of them maybe getting the green light, so whoever gets that workout in first, I think might get the green light, if you know what I mean. And they better go, yes, I'm in, I commit, because if not, the dude behind him is going to probably get a good workout, and he get it. Now, Linebacker's crazy right now because everyone got a little disappointed when Tolan went to, LSU, and then Devon Jackson kind of like, hey, you know what? I love Miami, but I want to go take a couple more visits. And the way Miami's moving, they're like, okay, we wish you the best. We still going to talk to you, but guess what? We're going to go do our thing too. And as you guys know, everybody who follows recruiting, there's a guy named Alfonso Allen who has been an ASU pretty much commit. Well, there is picking up steam in that, and he's projected out to be a linebacker because of he ain't gonna be able to stay at safety at that size, right? So I don't like.
Not because you say ASU, that's Arizona State.
Yes. Yeah, he used to be at Hollandale. He's one of the Hollandale. He's probably, no disrespect to the Hollandale boys because I see y'all, we all talk, but he's the best one at all of them, right? And he's at Central now. So he's going to be playing right with Wesley. Right? Good luck trying to move the ball in that squad. Good luck. I can't wait to see them play. But I think Alfonso Allen has a chance to be, his name's going to start getting hot soon. And that's at the linebacker. You wanted me to speak on the linebacker position. I don't know where Devon Jackson's at, man. I would really say it's more of a long shot for him now because I think Miami ain't trying to wait. That's just the honest to God truth, And, Wesley's the dude, right? But Wesley ain't trying to make no commitment anytime soon. So, but Wesley's the dude. Like, that's the one guy that anybody that follows Miami knows that's the one that we cannot miss on in this cycle. Can't miss on him.
Okay. So let me ask you this. And it's funny. Somebody brought this up. I'm going to go back. Here we go. 86.3 Kane says, Fire Packy linebacker problem improves. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Because everybody else seems to be grabbing guys. Everybody that was not on the previous staff, right? So the linebacker is the nucleus pretty much. So you got DVD, you got T-Rob, right? You got Aristide, and now you have Jess Simpson. They're all bringing in guys.
Right. So you know this because you're a coach. So when I start talking, you're gonna be like, yeah, you're right. Packy happens to be the guy that's on the staff that's just a really good coach. Recruiting is not his strength. Like, it's just not. But if you follow Coach Packy's career, meaning like you've been to the camps and you watch how he's coaching and you listen to the young men when they come off and they're like, man, that guy really just taught me something, Packy's a really good fundamental coach. Mm-hmm. Where we don't know, but we're starting to see is maybe recruiting is not for him. Maybe recruiting is not for him. Recruiting is another world now. You got to have swag. You got to have personality. You got to understand. You got to be relentless with the phone and Zooms and showing love and sending chocolates and balloons and all kind of stuff to these. Like, you better, like, they need to, like, I'm not even joking, bro. Like, now you got to start the edits and all this crap. Like, the kids now, the young men, I should say now, they want to be loved and kissed on the cheek and hugged and you're the greatest. And I don't see Packy being that kind of dude, to be honest with you. And since he doesn't have a track record, right, where he can just go, look what I've done. You know, talk to some of my former players that are in the pros. They'll tell you how I am. He can't even use that approach. So I see why he's struggling currently trying to pull linebackers. And the number one dude we're going after, he ain't even on him. Is Manny, is T-Rob, everybody else is on him, to be honest with you. So I don't know if recruiting is Packy's thing. I do know he's a very, very good fundamental coach at that position. Recruiting, flip a coin, dog.
Flip a coin. So here goes, and it's funny you say that. I just pulled up Wesley Bassaint's 247 profile. Guess who his primary recruiter is? Manny Diaz.
Yep.
And the secondary is DeMarcus Van Dyke, the cornerback.
I told you.
Great point. I'm glad you brought that up. And you're right. There are some guys, right? And it's funny you say that there are some guys who are just great X and O dudes. And you know what my fear is? I have to say this. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm a gangster, so damn that. I'm gonna go get them players. But I mean, I do it with Instagram and all that stuff. But I'll find ways to go get them. But I am an older dude, and the reason I say that, but you like it, and I think through your background at Rivals and so forth. But you notice who the guys through the YouTube channels are that really enjoy that are the younger cats, right? They like that research and Googling cats and finding out his mama work and all that stuff. Man, I'm like, look, dog, can he play or not? You know what I'm saying? And so it's funny you said it. Now I don't know how old Packy is. How old is Packy? Roughly.
Not sure. I would lie to you, Coach. I don't even want to take a guess. If all right, I'll say maybe mid to late 30s. Yeah,
that's okay. Yeah, so that's what I thought. He's not a young cat, like
right.
You know. And like I say, also, and I don't know what Packy's from originally. That may be his. This may not. The culture may be totally different for him, right? And so, it's hard navigating that. You know what I mean? Because one thing I have to say about Miami, South Florida, and all, you know, what you do with one culture, you necessarily can't do with the next culture, man. But people who understand it know how to navigate through that. You know what I mean? They know how to be a chameleon through those worlds, and that's pretty cool, man. So, all right, so let's get into this part. We almost about an hour in, kind of where I wanted to be. I want to take some phone calls and talk a little bit further as well. I'm gonna get ready to open up the phone line here. You'll see it down here.
They're saying Packy's like 30. All right.
Oh, say dude is young. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't either. And I've seen him in person. I've seen him coach. I would lie to you, bro. I'm terrible with that.
That's funny. All right, phone line is open, man. 321-328-8235. Call in. I only ask that you be respectful. Keep your 4 letters to yourself. You know what I mean? And other than that, man, we good to go. Your all opinions are welcome. You know what I mean? Just let's keep it respectful. But other than that, so let's go ahead and move this on while we're waiting for a phone call to come in. If we can, and then call us. If I have you on, just hold on a second. If we're in the middle of a conversation, I don't want to just be rude and cut it off. So now we talked about those recruits. Where are we now in the state of, how do I say this? I'm sorry. Let me go back. We talked about linebackers. Let's now go to the offensive side of the ball. What is our need? What do we need on the offensive side of the ball?
I think we need more bodies at the O-line. I mean, we're pretty deep right now, right? But in 2 years, that could change a little bit, right? I like it. I actually personally like the bodies we're going after. I mean, everybody knows we're after Agbo, and he loves Miami. Hood is between us and Georgia. These are two guys that are real offensive linemen. And you want to talk about size. Coach, when's the last time you heard of dude 6'9", 370?
I hear it all. This is what I was trying to tell you about Church's Chicken.
6'9", 370.
Yeah, that's a big dude, man.
Dude, you know, I mean, I heard like that's one that you shake a little bit. You're like, whoa, 6'9", 370.
And the funny thing is, believe it or not, sometimes you get too big for football, right?
Yep.
Like there's a thing that's too big. But like I say, 6'9", 370 is big. I don't know where all his weight is distributed. Is it evenly, you know, whatever. But
he looks good.
But that's back to my point, right, Flo? That back to my proving my point. I'm not gonna go back and beat this horse, but I want to make sure people know it's dead. 6'7", 275. Oh my God. That's 6'9", 370. It's you go look on the O-line list, it's a bunch of dudes between that 6'6", 6'8" range, 270, 300 range. A bunch of cats on that list. You understand? So I mean, that's a big dude. And I know Alabama just got they didn't just get the commitment. A guy named Jaheim Otis. Holy smoke. You seen that guy? He's like 370? Holy crap, bro. Holy smokes. So we got a call calling in right now. We'll take this call. Oh, Lord, you got to turn your back down ground a little bit.
I got you.
All right, talk to us, man. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Magic City King, bro. What's happening?
My man, Magic City. What's up with you, baby? Good to hear from you again.
Hey, man. Same here. I just want to ask y'all one question.
Go for it.
And then I'm going to turn my TV back up. Hey, did we totally lose Avante Williams?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let Flo answer.
Yes, sir. He gone.
He said, dang. He said, dang.
That hurt real bad.
Yeah.
Listen, for real, that hurt real bad. But, yeah, we need to step it up and recruit, man, because I watched you do that tape for the young man you flipped. I think that's his name. The guy you just put on the screen.
Yeah, Flip Carswell.
And I was like, dang. I mean, I could probably move a little better than that, and I'm 55. You know, I'm not knocking the kid. It's just I'm knocking the coaches because I remember I heard a couple of people say Butch Davis when he went after talent, he want to see he'll look at somebody else's film to see what that person doing when the ball don't come to their side. Mm-hmm. So they could like find out what's really, what they really about.
Sure.
You feel me?
Sure.
But I mean, we need to get some more a linebacker. Yeah, we got to get somebody that can handle that. But thanks for calling, man, and I appreciate y'all boys because y'all keep me going, man.
All right, appreciate you, Magic City, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a long time caller, man. But yeah, so speaking of Williams, yeah, he's gone, man. Unfortunately, they have to make that decision. When something is that large, you have to just make that decision. They have to cut ties, man, as they say, when those type of things happen. And me and Footballville were talking about it, man. We were talking about that. And I told him, he was saying at one point he had said something like, guys make emotional decisions, and I know we all do. All of us could have been. I couldn't be on here today if somebody decided to make a move on something I've said emotionally, right? But guess what? Some of us have been put out of things because we've done something emotionally, jobs, relationships, whatever. But unfortunately for these young men, I tell the players all the time, if you want to do ordinary things, go be an ordinary person. Just that simple, right? Anything you do, you're going to it's going to be ESPN special. Yep. You understand? And that's just what it is, unfortunately, man, for him. But yeah, he said I can move better. I think the kid still can move, man. I want people to understand that if you notice, I've never said that, oh, he sucks. I just think that he's not strong from a football standpoint. He has very thin lower body, but that's basketball players are built. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I just think, like I said, I just think personally, man, it's so many technical things that go into teaching an offensive. Bro, think about this. Just think about this. He's playing the left tackle, dog. That's the most important offensive line position on the field, the backside of the quarterback, first of all. Second of all, you finna go against a Joey Bosa, a Chase Young, another Bosa, a Jalen Phillips type dude. I'm just talking about you are putting this guy literally in the lion's den. Literally in the lion's den with three. Let's just say he stays there with 3 years of training, and them boys been doing it since they've been 6.
Yep.
What's up, Coach?
What's going on, man? Talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
I'm from Miami, but I'm in Georgia, man, right now. But I'm a diehard UM fan right now. But with Avante Williams leaving, I want to know, would that open up the door for Kamari Wilson?
I can tell you that the door has been wide open for Kamari regardless. he's that dude that it don't matter who's on the roster. You hold that, you bolt that door open, and you know, and the truth is,
you don't even have it.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. And Miami's being aggressive with him, you know. So we'll see.
I think just because of that situation, I mean, even though it was already, it basically just, you know, it add a little bit more fight to it anyway on his decision making. But another thing is, the secondary, everybody, I think the secondary going to be strong. You know, Miami still got a lot of athletes. They got to be coached up at the linebacker position. Last year, when I watched the coach that was running the defense against Clemson, and you teach this here in Little League football, the running back just came out the backfield willingly, and nobody never touched him in the backfield, you know, and next thing you know, he was getting open. The whole first half is like the game was just too big for the coaches, and they was just stuck just watching the game. I'm just saying, just watching the game with never making no adjustment. Now they made an adjustment later on in the second half. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's coaching. And right now, truthfully, I feel like Miami right now is just because they got a lot of starters coming back next year that they can pose a threat to anybody on any given day. You see what I'm saying? But this year, you really gonna see is this the coaches, because the talent gonna be there just because you got 6-year players. You see what I'm saying? And that's gonna be the advantage that Miami do have, regardless of how many 5 stars Alabama have. They haven't really playing as much. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be the difference this year. Well, Miami I want to know if they're going to get brownie points or actually win the game against Alabama when they prepare. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Now I got you.
I don't think we're gonna know until, and I've said this on another show, we won't know what Miami has until Miami gets punched in the face. Like everything, rah, the game will start. Yeah, exciting, but you don't know what kind of fighter you got until he gets punched in the face. His eyes get a little bit watery, and then you see how he reacts. And so far, when Miami's been punched under Manny, we don't react right. We start doing stupid penalties. We get out of assignments. We break discipline. We try to do too much. We break trust. I think with the veteran squad, there's a better chance of us reacting the right way. It ain't about talent. We good on the talent against Bama. I don't think it's a massive mismatch. I think man for man, it's going to be a battle. But the discipline, the doing the right thing when stuff ain't going your way, that's what we got to see, in my opinion, from these Canes.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. But I appreciate you calling in. Thanks a lot, man. We get some other cats in, but thank you, man, calling in from Georgia, man.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All day, man. All right, so he brought up a good point, right? And I see some people in here, and I'm gonna answer a couple things here, and I don't want to keep going back to this, but I want to again. So Wally says Carswell had a caller. Hold on. Carswell has legit size and incredible athleticism. Just watching the basketball videos, he could be a monster tackle. Again, we're not saying that, and I'm not saying that you're disagreeing with me, but I'm going to say this. Who you think Antonio Brown got some real sweet feet? Flo, I'm just talking to you because you on here. You think Antonio Brown got some sweet feet?
Tony, the wide receiver that's in the NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Yeah. I think he got some real quick feet, sweet feet, but guess what? He didn't win Dancing with the Stars. That's my point.
I knew you were trapping me, boy. I was like, I don't know.
Went on here to answer. What I'm trying to say is just because you can do something in one thing doesn't mean you can do it in something else. Here's another example. Draymond Green. Remember, he was at Michigan State. They tried to put him out there on the football field. He looked like a fish out of water.
Yep.
But he's athletic on the basketball court, isn't he?
Yep.
It's a total different monster. That's all I'm just trying to say. That people, I understand that. That is a good way to look at something to say, oh, maybe he can transfer over. But we just have not seen. That's all I'm trying to say. I didn't want to use you as a trap, but you're the only one on there. We got a caller calling in. Talk to us, caller. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Hey, Coach, it's Gordon from Charlotte. How you doing?
Gordon, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. loving my poor little Timmy shirt. I had it on this weekend, and everybody was asking, and I told them about your website. So
appreciate you, man.
Everybody was loving it, man. I was down by the beach in South Carolina. People was asking, and I said, "Poor little Timmy," and I love the logo on the back. I said, Coach Hayes, you got to go to his. Yeah, but yeah, man. I just say this to me, and this is just my. I think I told you I started following you last year before the Clemson game. I'm a Clemson fan. Okay. And I think you got to do is you got to have, when you're recruiting, you got to have a certain type of player in your mind to fit your scheme. Mm-hmm. And you could get that player, you could get a 2-3 star. It don't matter, but if he's a right fit, for your scheme, the star ratings don't matter. And I think, the second thing is they have those, what they call non-committable offers, mm-hmm. and I don't know if that's what they gave the guy, but that's where they could pull the trigger and say, nah, we don't want you at the end. And you got to be careful of that, because if you start doing that, word gets around to these players, that a Miami offer isn't, it isn't bonded. It's kind of like they could pull it. So, I think it takes patience, but I think Miami, you want to get the reputation that if we offer a kid, we are ready. We've done enough evaluation, and we're ready to if that kid says, "Hey, I'm ready to go now," and that happened a couple of years ago with Clemson. Right. They offered Trenton Simpson, and he said, "I'm ready to come right now." Mm-hmm. And but they had done enough evaluation to say, "Hey, this guy fits." So you have to be ready when you make that commitment. In my opinion, you almost have to slow down your commitments to make sure that they fit, because not only just like you said for the kid, it's bad for them if you do a non-committable offer, but also the reputation of the school. I think, one thing people will say, okay, right now the Clemson offers you, they really want you. There's a spot set out for you, and you don't want to be, Manny might need to take his coaches and say, hey, I don't want to hear you, when you go after this guy.
Yeah, Gordon, I'm going to say this not to cut you off, but I'm going to say this, Gordon, just because I know where you're going with it, but I'm trying to tell you even how it works. First of all, nobody's going to offer without Manny knowing it, unless it's going to be a Kamari Wilson. One of them big-time dude that's already a definite, we're going to offer this cat, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the top 5 players in the country, and I couldn't get a hold of Manny Diaz because he was in there with the board of trustees, and coach, I just pulled the trigger. But that's not going to happen. Second of all, no offer is technically binding, right? Even if these kids commit today, no, the school nor the player is committed to them unless that school gives up the financial aid agreement to the player. You understand that? They offer that. That's what binds the university to that player and holds it. Other than that, even though I offer you, you commit, I could call you on the signing day and say, no, I'm not taking that. I can do that. You understand?
But you just proved my point. It's like the only thing that there's nothing that binds it, but at that point your word has to be your bond. If you tell a kid, I got a spot, hey, we want you to play on the team, you got to be, you have to, like Dabo says, it's kind of like going and asking somebody for your hand in marriage, and you're not ready. Hey, if you're not ready, wait till you're ready. Make sure this kid meets the scheme.
I agree.
He was recruiting. Dabo was recruiting my cousin. And he said, "I'm not going to offer him till you come to junior day, and I see you live." So he never offered him, even though he had been there several times to some games. He had never seen him in camp action. So I mean, it's your word that's your bond at that point. Because if you start getting a reputation of giving out commitments or giving out offers, and people take it, and then you pull it back, that's gonna get out, man. People are gonna talk about it. These kids are going social media. They're gonna and you don't want that reputation, because kids are then gonna start making commitments and then taking trips other places. What college kid doesn't want to do a free trip to these college towns? And part of these college kids, who doesn't want to do that?
I got you. Hey, Gordon, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Let me let some other callers in.
Man. Thank you.
Anytime, man. Appreciate you for wearing that shirt, man. All day. Bye. Hey, boy, y'all tough in the chat on the callers, man. The boy, we got trying to get their thing in, man. Y'all let them boy ride. And he done bought a Poor Little Timmy shirt. He's right to talk. Y'all ain't buying no Poor Little Timmy shirts. I don't want to hear it. Let that man ride out. But anyway, Flo, let me go ahead and do this, man. Y'all, hey, Gordon, man, I love you. Appreciate you, dog. But so I understood what he was saying, but I just want to make that known that just because you offer a kid, he commits, these are still not binding. The only way those are binding is if the school extends the financial aid agreement, and now that puts the school right in a bind. The kid still can go somewhere else, but you are committed to his offer. You must take it if you take that financial aid. And that's what happened to JTT. I don't want to jack up his last name, JT Tua Mola. The guy who ended up going to Ohio State, he ended up getting 5 financial aid agreements from those schools, and they were actually bound to him. He wasn't bound to them versus the NIL. We got this caller. Hopefully they come in. Maybe they got disconnected. Anyway, they got disconnected. So Flo, no, here they are. Caller, talk to us. You got a question for Miami FLO?
What's up, Coach Hayes? This is Coach Hall.
What's going on, Coach Hall? Talk to us.
What's going on? Hey, I bet you don't remember we coached together in Miami, New Orleans.
Yeah, man. What's up with you, man? DB. What's up, baby? Good, man.
Man, I've been trying to catch you on the show, man. What's going on with the President's Day? Talk about the Canes, man. I'm sitting up here in Illinois, and I get a bit of everything when it comes to Miami Hurricanes, and they just don't understand.
Yeah. I ain't gonna call you first name, but I'm gonna say R Hall. I'll put it out there like that.
Yeah, it's
all day. Yeah. I know I know exactly what's going on, man. So talk to it, man. What's your question, man?
What's going on with Daughtry? What's Derek actually? What's actually the update for him?
All right, I'm gonna let Miami FLO answer that. He got his head to the street, so go ahead, man. You in the locker room with it?
Yes, surprisingly enough, and I gotta say surprisingly because I'm in my late 40s, and it's crazy to hear this, but he's almost 100%. Like he's ready to go. He's running, throwing, rolling out, cutting, changing direction. He's been working out in Texas, working out with his boys here, like. He's full go, and even when I say that, I cringe because I don't even understand how that's possible. But medicine now is a little different, right? Like them surgeries are a little different. So my honest answer is all reports are that he's a full go. I don't know how, but it is.
I got a quarterback here where I coach out of here in Illinois. He suffered week 1 last year during the COVID. We were late playing, so everybody in the country hadn't played football except for us. So we tagged in, and he's making those same I call them Wolverine type healing strides. Yeah. I'm like, yo, but I say that, and I'm not gonna be long winded because I know you got other callers.
Yeah,
I say this, and I go out on the statement to say this. I've watched both spring games. Mm-hmm. I truly have. And I call a spade a spade. I am not impressed with Alabama. Not by any means am I impressed by Alabama. Miami, like any other team, if you come ready to play, if they came ready to play, we will beat Alabama. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this. There was a dude on here who got a lot of flack for saying that they will beat Alabama by 2 scores. I confirm we can. 2 scores, not 2 touchdowns, but at least 2 scores. Because they have everybody. You can't be on top for so long. The Patriots just showed you that.
I don't know what. I don't know about that one.
Caller, here's the issue, big dog. I don't disagree with you. Look, you got to go and put the cleats on and the helmet and strap up and let's play, right? But it's not really the players that are out there. And I know people are like, no, the players. It's that program. They got it's a bit. It's almost they run it like corporate over there. Like they got an analyst for an analyst. Like who the hell heard of that before? They got an analyst for analysts. Like, I just call it how I see it. It's definitely it's 18 to 22-year-old kid. Anything can happen, right? We got good talent.
Yeah.
But man, I tell you right now, they can stay up there as long as they want to with the way they have that stuff going on there. They could be there another 10 years. Honest to God, the way they have that set up over there. Real talk, man. Hey, listen, it's tough out there.
That is not. Look at it. That's the same position that Miami hired Ed Reed to be in. So I know it. We got a lot of going to do to go with the way they running things on top. Absolutely, that's nice. But bottom line is this: being born and raised in the 305, you got to play, and you got to play with a grudge. If you got to go show them old film, bottom line, it still comes down to the X's and O's of the game. That guess what? Do like Bill Belichick said, do your job. When you line up in front of a son of a gun and say, guess what, man? You are not going to beat me today. Bottom line.
Coach,
I love it. I got you roll. Yeah.
No, let me just get a coach. Coach Hall, I agree with you. I'm from Miami. I get it. I know I grew up here. But as you know, we ain't got no battle scars right now. We going up against a monster that has scars all over their body. You understand what I mean? Like, we definitely got some pit bulls and they raised here and all that good stuff. But we got to be able to go out there and fight an absolute monster over there. And it ain't the players. The players are going to play against the player. It's all the stuff that happens before the game, during the game, the halftime, like all that stuff. That's where I'm a little concerned. Real talk.
Yeah.
Okay. I dig. I see all aspects. Yeah. Hey, y'all doing a great job, man. Hayes, I love you, man. I'm glad we can reconnect. Hey, do what you do. I'll be chimed in, and y'all be blessed.
Shut up, man. Hey, man, hit me up on them Twitter, DM, or something like that, and we'll pass numbers off, man.
All right, we'll do.
Appreciate you, man. All right, man. That was good, man. It was good to hear from a fellow coach, man. Coach DB's with us out there. I'm actually my first year coaching in 2000. So we're talking about 21 years ago.
Wow.
So, and it's funny when I heard his voice, I was like, you hear that voice?
Yeah.
Boom. It's just what it is, man. But anyhow, long story short, like you said, man, we'll talk about that part. The system, you bring up a great point, Flo, right? The system, the culture, because the players always change. And it is the same thing when you talk about New England, right? The culture, the system. Unfortunately, the engine left, right? Yep. The engine left New England. And that's the difference, right? But the system is still in place. Yeah, they may have lost out this year, but I guarantee if they find another engine, a refurbished engine, and they put it in New England to be right back, right where it was, because the system is in place. And again, who learned under that system? Nick Saban learned under that system.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but think about it, he tried to use a Bill Belichick line for Manny Diaz. So you don't think Nick Saban using that same Bill Belichick line to the nth degree? Like, you understand what I'm saying? So, and that's the deal. That's the thing that's all into there, man. So anyway, somebody must be behind y'all boys. Crazy, man. Look at that. John Green said, go and take a breath, bro.
You know what it is, Coach, though? It's like we're in the phase of taking our bumps. You know what I mean? We're in that phase right now. We just got the coaching staff in place. We're getting a chance to install everything. We just all of a sudden got analysts. When the hell has Miami had analysts before? Like, come on. Like, Coach Stroop is a real analyst. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Like, that's a real analyst. That's not like a grad assistant, or that's a real dude that's gonna say something, and Manny's gonna go, "Oh, okay, I didn't see that. Thank you."
He's not going to get coffee.
No, exactly, right. So my point is, we're in this phase of it ain't about the players right now, and that's crazy to say that. It really is crazy to say that, but it's more about the infrastructure that's getting put in place. We're in baby stage still. Over there in Alabama, it's a tidal wave.
Like, you know what? A lot of people don't realize this, man. Nick Saban is the reason. He's the one who started all of these coaches making all this money.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not. Remember, coaches used to make $100,000 a year, and which was a lot of money too back in '80s and '90s. But we talking about, bro. You talking about the coordinator now making $1.2 million?
Yep.
We talking tenfold. And so I remember hearing these stories. His philosophy and belief was, I'm gonna pay you enough money where your wife doesn't have to work. So when you were making $100,000 a year, that still was very good money, but it wasn't enough maybe to live where your wife didn't have to work. Mm-hmm. was, I'm gonna make it enough so you don't have to run to the doctor's appointment for little Timmy when he got a snotty nose.
Facts.
That's what happened. Boom, boom, boom. And it just started just going and going. Then Nick Saban is the reason they started the GAs. So I don't know if you know this, or a lot of fans don't know this. You remember when coaches used to get fired? Now they call them analysts. But when coaches got fired, he would make them a GA.
Smart man.
The reason being, because remember, when they got fired, they still were under contract.
That's right.
And so what happened is when they got fired, they would come to the school. You're a GA. You're supposed to be going to class. How you going to tell?
Coach Shoop?
Let's say Coach Shoop, for example.
Yep.
Right? You're going to tell Coach Shoop he need to go to class to get his master's degree.
Right.
So they weren't going to class. So then NCAA came in and said there's a 7-year rule. If you've been out of the school for 7 years, or you come from NFL, whatever, there's some exceptions, military, whatever, you can no longer become a GA, right? So then he started the analyst role.
Yep. Smart man, bro.
They have the money to pay for it.
Smart man.
That's why they have all that stuff. But anyway, that's what it is, man. And so long story short, that's what that is. Let me do this because I know you're about to get up out here. We got about 4 minutes left. I'm going to close the phone lines down since they're not ringing. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys for those who called in. And y'all leave my man alone. He was riding out. Is there anything – talking about Shoop. Let's talk about Shoop for a second. So Shoop was at Michigan. Nobody's ever really talked about Shoop. And I want to do that here. And I'm out here to – I just want to ask questions, right? I'm an obvious ask questions guy. I know he has a past. I know he has this because, again, our fans will do that to the coaches. Oh, he's the best coach ever until he's not, right? Oh, my God, he's the best recruiter he can develop until he can't. So let's talk about Shoop. Shoop has been a D coordinator at a lot of places, I think Penn State, so forth, but his last stop was Michigan before Miami. He's there at Michigan as the safeties coach and then just disappears from the staff for whatever reason. I don't know if it's COVID. I don't know what reason it is, but he's no longer technically on the staff. He was doing stuff from a distance.
Right.
He's still getting paid from from Michigan or what? That was kind of weird. What is the deal? Like what you just go mid-season and you just disappear. Now they have to take an analyst and move him up to the safety coach at Michigan. And he's now just at a distance. That's my first question. Why is that? Second question is, why does Shoop come to Miami as an analyst and not in position that were open for his taking?
I might have some answers for you. So I heard that there was some personality conflicts at Michigan. Mm-hmm. Like, because if you really, and I know I'm not saying this to you, I'm saying this to everybody in the chat and the Rewatch Squad. If you really do your homework on Shoop, he actually is a very, very skilled mind. Like, from a DC standpoint, his schematics and what he's done. Remember, he used to coach in the SEC too, and he had like the best point per game average in the whole SEC. Like, the dude knows what he's doing. And the reason he came to Miami as an analyst and not the other position is because he's still getting $1 million from Michigan. If he would have took the DC position at Miami, he can't get that $1 million. So he took the analyst position. He can still get the $1 million. Miami can pay him whatever little chump change for the analyst role. And some people, I don't know who, are saying that he'll be the DC next year, or him or co-DC with T-Rob. But I think the main reason he came as an analyst was because he wants that $1 million from Michigan. Which I don't hate on you for that, bro. Get that middle.
Think about it. Think about Charlie Strong. What is he making out there as an analyst? 400,000, 500,000?
Yeah.
Guess what he doesn't have to do? He don't have to leave the house to go recruiting. He's there with family. He's an old head dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bide your time until you go ahead and get another opportunity. So here's my thing as Shoop. So apparently, I guess it was a 2-year contract left or whatever for Michigan, and that expires or however that may be. I don't know the details of his contract, but anyhow, okay. So he goes out. How much influence do you really think he has with Manny Diaz?
At first I didn't know. I thought it was more like a buddy thing because they knew each other and they run similar schemes and. They have the same mentality as far as the way they run the defense, not just the schematics, but like the style of it, right? Very similar. But when you talk to the players, and coach, I'm gonna give you a little something right here. I have not talked to one defensive player from Miami in the last 2 months that one of the first two sentences out of their mouth isn't, man, Coach Shoop knows his stuff, man. I'm always talking to him. He's on, like, the stuff I'm learning, and he's teaching me on tape. And, like, when you get the player hooked, sometimes that head coach is like, go and listen a little more. And I can tell you right now, in that defense, Shoop's got that those players are hooked to him. I promise you that. I talked to several of those guys, and I don't even bring his name up. They bring it up. And the way they talk about excuse me, and the way they talk about him is like, it's almost like he's a god. Like, I see the game so different now. Like, he's showing me things I've never seen before. Man, when a head coach sees that you got that kind of pull, he gonna listen to you. I think he gonna listen to you. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree. When you can get a guy that can come in and he can get the ear of the players, that type of thing, that is a big plus. You know what I mean? That's a huge plus. But I'm going to bring up a point. I actually saw this before when I was kind of thinking about this question. Somebody in here says that Coach Shoop doesn't stay places long. And as I pull up his coaching history, that's true. The most he stays 2, maybe 3 years. I'm gonna go back to 07. William and Mary, 07-10. Vanderbilt, 11-13. Penn State, 14-15. Tennessee, 16-17. Mississippi State, 18-19. Michigan, 20. Now he's at Miami, 21 to present.
Yep. I saw that too, dog. I saw it too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw that too.
And so back to my family thing. So when he play, it's like family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. And the thing is, he's making here's my question. And
okay.
This is it's not the things that you say, it's the things you don't say, right?
Right.
He's making lateral moves. He's not making, from William and Mary, you're the DC DB coach. You go to Vanderbilt. That's an upward movement. I get that. Mm-hmm. Vanderbilt, DC safety coach. You go to Penn State. I get it. Upward movement. Penn State to Tennessee, lateral move.
Right.
Tennessee, Mississippi State, lateral move.
Yep.
Mississippi State as the DC. Now you go to Michigan as just a safety coach, not the DC safety coach, because Don Brown was a DC. Really, demotion in more or less when you look at positions. And then now Michigan to Miami as the defensive analyst, technically a demotion, but a business.
Right.
Move.
Right.
Well, so what I'm saying is, what is it? Is there is something in there that is saying why are you making so many moves? You're not even staying with the class in which you bring in.
You're right. I can't, bro. Those are all facts. That's not even your opinion. Those are all facts. What you just said. I don't know. I saw that too when I went back and did a little homework on him, and I was like, some here ain't making no damn sense, right? But I can only share with you what I know now, and what I hear might be the plan next year. But. Shoot, with that history, I don't know what's gonna happen, bro.
A lot of experience. But anyway, Flo, I'm not gonna hold you, man. It's been a blessing. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I want to get into the Ed Reed piece a little bit because I know they talked about Bubba Bolden, spoke on that and everything. I'm gonna just ask one last question. Do you think Ed Reed, when this thing goes where Bob Shoop becomes the DC, where does Ed Reed fit in this deal? Do they maybe move T-Rob to linebackers and Ed Reed at safety? How does that work?
Listen, I believe Ed Reed has a lot of power, and it's not going to go well. Like, I'll throw you another one.
What do you mean?
I think you'll put it together. Coach Banda and Coach Baker, Ed Reed had a lot to do with them being somewhere else. Okay. And if Ed Reed wants to cause a little issue because he's like, bro, I want to coach. I'm here. I put my time in. Y'all know who I am. And I know I can coach safeties. Shoot, you ain't going to tell me I can't coach safeties, right? And, and Miami already has a predetermined plan. I think Ed could really throw a wrench in that, man. Like, he has that kind of pull at Miami. It's Ed Reed. Like real talk. Like, and he don't just have the pull because of Ed Reed. He has a lot of boosters behind him too. And the money talks at the end of the day. I don't know how that plays out, but I tell you, if he decides to put his foot down, I think it could cause some issues.
I love it, man. Well, let me do this before I get out of here, man. Miami FLO, for everybody who has donated. It says, I'm sorry, ATL Kane for the $4.99. Says, Coach Hayes, if you were the head coach at the U, would you get an LB out of portal for this season? Yeah, at this point, we play in 40 days.
He said we had to turn around and look. I love it.
I got my clock up here. We playing 40 days.
I love it.
We got to do something. And so my thing is, that's what really bothers me. Yes, I would definitely do that. So before I let you go, I got to give my love to everybody who did donate, to yourself, ATL, Kane, Norman, and I apologize, but I forget the previous person. Hold on one second. We give you your love. All right, man. So like I say, real quick, join Miami FLO. You got any guests coming on tonight? Talk to us about your show a little bit before we get out of here.
I'll just won't let it out of the bag, but I got a Kane coming on. I got a Kane that'll be on the show tonight.
Great. And tell us this, man, Miami FLO Motion. Bro, I love it. I was just saying earlier, I couldn't do it. I've been wrecked my car, man. And you two enough for me to get a new car because I'd have wrecked out, man. I love that, man, when you ride around and you talk. I guess you're going somewhere, but you talk. And you talk about what it is, man. So I appreciate that. Make sure you guys go check that out. Other than that, we out of here. Any other questions? Any final thoughts before we go?
No, man. Just appreciate you having me on. You're good people, man. You're killing it. Everybody knows you're just crazy what you're doing, man. I'm a big fan. I love talking to you off the air too, man. You're good people. On top of it, you're a Miami guy. We good, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Always, man. So Jay Kane say degenerates are in the house. I think that's what you call your followers, the degenerates.
Yeah.
And that's great. And we're going to leave out of here. Before I go, check out, do me a favor, FLO, point straight down to the sponsor right there. And you guys right there, man, check out Alex Tabio. He is a sponsor for today's show. Too much cane juice, guys. I had a little hiccups. But anyway, he is a sponsor for this show. Anything dealing with home loans, certified home loans, FHA, VA loans, whatever. First-time home buyer, check him out. It's worth the phone call. It's free. Costs nothing. Holler at him. He'll help you out. And also, man, make sure you check out Solo D. And with all that being said, I guess we out of here, man. Appreciate you guys. Thanks, man. See y'all in a few.
Take care.
All right, buddy.
We got some canes over here. Relax and take notes while I step in. Ain't no question. I've been reppin'. See my squad ballin', that's a blessing. I'm texting with my homies from that West End Zone crew. Say they taking shots, told me roll through. I told you about that orange and green. We click tight, big bites, we destroy your team. Make the world view our games like a horror scene. Stuff opponents in a can like Goya beans. I mean, representing for the team. Let us hit it out. You can't get connected with us. Check your figure note. Infamous with that swag, it's original. The copycats could copy that, but we go get some more. No gay, no Seminole. We let it stay, but in this state we is the general. Coral gave us around the world, we don't have a limit. We rep that youth from the streets to the academics. Get some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
All we do, please, is the hurricane. You ain't got that work, you can't serve the canes. I know you been watching, we been hurting things. Where that crown at, homie, we them dirty canes. We gon' get that title, what that purdy ring. Gotta turn over chain for everything. Green and orange on my back, get a foreigner's back. I'm scoring while you roaring like a lion getting shot. ¿Qué pasó, papi? Tú no puedes conmigo. Argentino de principio, huracán en mi equipo. Got the passion like Sebastian when I'm rapping, that's a fact. Got that 7-6 jersey for the legend, one sack, yeah.
It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here? You, it's some canes over here. You, it's some canes over here. You, it's some canes over here, throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here?
We got some canes over here and we bout that. Solo D and the ballin' boys, yo, we got that. No good chillin' in the cut, hard rock pack. And if you hating on them canes, better stack. It's the state of the MIA. The U is back, what them haters gotta say. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day. Turnover chain, got the people going crazy.
No, whoop, whoop, it's the sound, so you know who it is. They counting finals ballin' like the U up in here. Gold teeth, grillin', chillin', Solo D, what it is. We got the turn up chain, gang up in here. Cause it's a UM thing, Andre Green is the gear. We coming to you HD, so it's crispy clear. So put them U's in the sky, don't stand and chill, and let them know if they don't know we got some canes up in here.
It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here, throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here? It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here, throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here?
Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day.
Who that?
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low.